Welcome to Hutch Lifestyles. Today, we're going to be addressing the heavy topic, the famous topic, you're seeing it all over the place, about the port possible shutdown. Now, I will say I have a couple of news clips here, but they're not long because everybody is kind of saying the same thing with the port shutdown or possible shutdown. And I really just want to go over the news clip first and then just have a talk with y'all, like one on one, right? That's the feel I try to give, to just ask a couple of questions about it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video, and I may pause it here and there, but it's really not that long of a video. So let's get into it.
The nation's consumer supply chain faces severe disruptions if dock workers at ports along the East and Gulf Coast go on strike. A deadline is fast approaching. CBS's Tim McNicholas is in Jersey City, New Jersey, with details and possible fallout. Tim, good evening.
Good evening, Jerika. The U.S. Maritime Alliance has until October 1st to reach a deal with dock workers. And ports like this one in Jersey City, New Jersey, are ramping up work in anticipation of a possible stoppage.
Work at some of the busiest ports in North America could soon come to a halt.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down.
The union, which represents more than 40,000 longshoremen at 36 ports, including major hubs like Charleston, Houston, and Miami, is demanding wage increases as well as protection from job-killing automation.
I've been fighting automation for years. They destroyed L.A.
Workers are threatening to strike if a new labor agreement with shipping companies represented by the United States Maritime Alliance is not reached by October 1st.
All activity in the Port of New York and New Jersey with regards to containerized cargo and automobile cargo will cease.
Each year, more than $200 billion worth of goods, including car parts, construction materials, and produce pass through the Port of New York and New Jersey alone. That trade supports more than 500,000 local jobs. Ryan Sweet with Oxford Economics says if a deal isn't reached in time, a stoppage could disrupt more than half of U.S. shipping traffic.
In a statement to CBS News, the U.S. Maritime Alliance says it has not been able to schedule new bargaining sessions with the union, adding the only way to resolve this is to resume negotiations.
Now, before we go on to this next clip, I'm sure this has been an ongoing internal conversation between the workers and the unions and all of this. One, how did all of this come to light? Now, I will tell you, I'm only getting information from the news sources, YouTube, things like that. But I'm sure this has been going on. And I don't understand why something couldn't have been worked out. Now, I get it. The guys want the raises, and I don't blame them for that. And also, I heard there was a comparison between the East Coast and what the West Coast makes. So I did read that. I think it was on CBS. Now, I will say we do know that the West Coast, particularly California, the cost of living is crazy over there. I mean, gas prices are like were, I don't know now. I haven't checked. But I know at one point they were over $7. We don't experience those type of prices on the East Coast. So, I don't know, why they want the exact match to what the West Coast makes, but according to cost of living, they probably should make more. But, that's something that's going on between the workers and the union and all of that good stuff. But I feel like it shouldn't have gotten to a point where, we're facing a possible product shortage because some, people can't work things out to help the workers or at least give them an answer. We're going to go through one more video before I talk a little bit more.
Joining us now, produce importer Peter Kopke Sr. Peter, thank you so much for being here. Peter, you have dealt with how many of these types of strikes in your 60 years in business? Multiples. But what could consumers be in store for? Shortages and higher prices for the very kinds of fruits that you import?
Yes, well, I've been doing it for 66 years, and I've experienced, we had strikes in the late 50s and in the 60s, and in 1971. The last strike was in 77. And of course, as soon as you have a strike, you have the supplies of all of those articles in the ships are cut off, so you have a market without the commodities, and the prices rise sharply. Right now, there's millions of boxes of citrus fruit, as well as bananas and others that are going to be caught in the strike. And if the strike lasts for any length of time, the fruit will deteriorate, and those people, those businesses who employ thousands of employees will have to stop because they're going to lose millions of dollars. So it's a very, very serious thing especially for perishables. It's not good for anything, but for perishables, it is a very, very serious question because the fruit is not like wine. It deteriorates. It doesn't improve with age. All of the businesses associated with the import and export will be curtailed because the business won't be there. Now, this is something that is quite different since 50 or 60 years ago, because now the commerce, the international commerce, is a tremendous part of our economy. Yeah. And so everybody is affected when you have a strike. You have 45,000 workers affecting 350 million people. That's the effect of the strike. Yeah. So it's very, very serious. And if they go to strike for 30 or 40 days, most of the produce will be lost, people will be going out of business, and the economy will be seriously affected in an inflationary way. The government says they want to reduce the inflation, but they can hardly reduce it if they don't even engage the unions in order to not to prevent the strike, but to get them to negotiate.
Now, listening to that man has been doing this for 60 years, and he works, as you saw in there, the produce area for import. There are other things that come in on that ship, and that's just one piece of it that he's talking about. So my question to you today is this. Knowing that could possibly come October the 1st, and we've all been hearing about it because I just recently heard about this. What are you and I going to do about it to mitigate this situation? Because if there is a shortage of items, you obviously know prices are going to go up. So, look at the time during the pandemic and all these other things that have happened over the recent years, and then prices and mortgages, interest rates, food, everything is high. Gas, well, it's coming down now, probably because it's close to election time. But the only way we can deal with this is to prepare ourselves. And by doing that, if you know that something's coming, don't wait till the 1st to go out there and start stocking up. Save some food for somebody, because I might need some too. So, but basically what I'm saying is this. We keep hearing it. Everybody keeps talking about it. If we don't have any control over what they do on the ports. So all I'm saying is prepare yourself to get ready for that in case we do have a shortage. Would you rather pay $10 for that toilet paper, or you want to pay $25 if they raise it up when there's a shortage? Just an example. But that was just my thoughts on that today. I want to hear your thoughts on it. You can bring it up in the comments. And if you like this content, you can subscribe to the channel. Channel is new, but this is not my only channel. And I mentioned that before. But I just want to put awareness out there, because even though they're doing what they're doing, it doesn't stop us from doing what we're doing. We have families we have to take care of, and you have to have a certain amount of supplies for yourself in each and every one of your houses, to include mine, to make sure we have what we need while they are out there fighting to get their raises, and the unions need to do what they need to do so that we can keep our stuff flowing over here, because it shouldn't have gotten to this point. And one thing, I don't know it all. Told you I don't really know everything, but maybe if they were asking for a raise instead of just saying, no, we can't do it, hey, there's plenty of ways to be creative, such as maybe implementing uh, a tier raise until they get to that point. They might not be able to afford, and I don't know, 75% right now or 77% right now. But say, okay, hey, how about this? All right, we can't give it all to you, but let's make a deal, and we make sure you get it over the next year, or at least close to what they want, and you know, increment it up until they get what they want. But instead, we got to have this whole big thing going on. So that's all I wanted to say about it, and it's all on you now. I just put it out there. Share your comments, share your thoughts. I will engage you on the channel. So I hope everybody have a good day, night, or evening, whatever time it is you're at. But think about this. Prepare yourselves for October the 1st. And I'm not saying bombard stores. Just get what you need where it might last you a little while, because I know I plan to do that. All right. So see you on the next video.